All right, team, welcome to the video. Today we got something really special to share with you. So we traveled all the way through Alaska all summer, and we actually had a couple cool adventures that we didn't get to show on our way up there. We had a couple stops in and along the way, and then obviously spent the entire summer exploring Alaska. But some of the things we didn't get to share were some of these rare sightings of humpback whales, and that's coming. So what we're gonna do in this video is share kayaking all the way around some of the open waters there in Alaska, which is epic and quite the workout. But then in addition to that, we had a rare sighting of humpback whales. Why is this rare? Well, I didn't know any of this information until we got out there, but what was really interesting about humpback whales is that this particular breed hangs out in Hawaii a good chunk of the year, and that's where they breed, and that's where they mainly spend, I think, most of their time there. But what they do is for feeding season, they actually will make their way all the way up to Alaska to feed. And this is like the only time they eat all year long, right? So they're gonna feed out there, get as much food as they possibly can and bulk up so they can sustain themselves for the year. That's kind of crazy to think about. Like it'd be like us eating all we can during a 3-week period and then not eating the rest of the year. What's also unique about these humpback whales is that they are typically not pack animals. So unlike orcas that travel as families, these do not. They're very independent. But only this time of year do they hunt together, which is really neat. And we're able to drop an aqua mic down in the water and hear them sing in the different tones, which is amazing. And you could hear that there is one in charge. I don't know how they pick who's in charge there, but we'll make a slightly different tone and it'll get them to engage and get them to do their kind of attack, so to speak, to go get the feeding on. What I learned about humpback whales up close and personal was, one, how ginormous they are. They're anywhere between 55,000 to almost 70,000 pounds. To give you an idea of what that's like, that's the equivalent of, they can be as big as like 4 or 5 yellow school buses. And what's interesting is that they glide through the water and they breach through and jump, which you'll see some footage there, so stay tuned for that. They'll breach through the water effortlessly. And part of it is the way they're designed. The blue whale, which is much bigger, they're almost 250,000 to 300,000 pounds. I mean, that's, let me do the math here, like 20 school buses. But their tails are relatively the same size between the blue whale and between the humpback whale. So the humpback whale really has got an enormous tail on a smaller body, compared to the other whales, right? That operates more like a hot rod. They got a way more souped up engine on their smaller body, which allows them to do a little bit more acrobatic things. And we discovered they're pretty playful. So this big animal that is, it's not an animal, it's a mammal, right? So like this big mammal that is a whale is traveling through the water, hanging out with their friends that they just meet up there to go hunt this food for the season. And they're having a good time doing it, it's very clear. What's amazing in this video too is that it wasn't only a rare sighting because of the limited small amount of time we actually had to go see them. But what was also really unique is that they got that close to us. They, just like anybody else, if you're not their species, they really don't care to hang out with you. And at the beginning, we were able to see them from afar, jumping, hunting, eating, doing those kinds of things. But what was really interesting is at the end. So stay tuned for the end because we get up close and personal. There are like 10 to 15 whales that come right up to our vessel. And by the way, got a shout out to Captain Tanya out there at CabreraToro. If you're ever in Seward, Alaska, go check them out. Not only did she run a really great outfit out there, but she really made the experience amazing because we were able to get up there in a responsible way, really up close and personal. And these whales not only come up right to us, but they come right underneath our boat. And it's definitely one of those moments where you kind of wonder, can something happen at this point? Needless to say, awesome experience. We start off this particular adventure with some kayaking around Yukon Island, checking out some sea otters. But towards the end, I'm going to show you this rare sighting of humpback whales. Stay tuned. All right, we are here at Yukon Island, about to get going with some kayaking. We got doubles and singles, rocking and rolling. Are you ready? The waves seem interesting.
Oh yeah.
So we're gonna have fun as best we can. And luckily, we've just had the safety brief from our best buddy here. All right, kayaking, here we come. Just started our Great Alaskan Kayak Adventure for the day. We got everybody disembarking here from the beach side. I'm about to get rolling here. A little windy today, but awesome because we're out here on Yukon Island checking out the great views, and the sunshine came out today. So all that to say, super stoked. We're gonna have a killer day out here. Let's hope nobody capsizes. I'm in a single as opposed to double, which means a little less horsepower, although I'm ready for the action, and a little easier to tip over. So we're gonna see how it goes. Kayaking, here we come. All right, amigos, no matter where you land in this world, you grab some hot chow. Tasty, seaweed, actually very delicious. Now I gotta go. All right, moving out. Let's go. We are complete. We arrived back in one piece, and it's Kelsey's victory prize. She gets some dog action today. No, you're good. No matter where you are on this world, Kelsie will always find the dog. Killer trick, killer workout. Now time for pizza and IPA.
To the bubbles, whitewater, bubbles, to the 1 o'clock.
He's sitting towards us?
No, the other one. Oh, he's doing crunchies. Oh, rolled over.
You go get him, Cooper.
He's like, whoa.
Yeah.
All right.
I just want to see what is it in the water? Okay, watch. Right there. Look at the bird. All the mouths that are in the sea. Cooper, no. Hey.
Cooper, come here, Bubba. Yo! What up, you beauty? The Catalina wine mixer. All right, y'all, I hope you got a lot out of that footage. I know it probably doesn't do it justice not being there, especially without the water, you know, splashing you there from their spout, and just seeing the friendly yet intimidating nature of them being able to come up to us. What I will say is, seeing them up close and personal, you can really tell that there's personality there. There's clearly they wanted to come up and say us, kind of, it was almost like bidding us a farewell before they moved along their way. If you ever get a chance to be in Alaska, and specifically in the Seward area in that June, July time period, it's really kind of as those 2 months are colliding into each other, highly recommend you go out there. All right, y'all, stay tuned for more adventures on the way, more discovery, more things to go check out and explore in this world. We'll see y'all on the high ground.